Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Well, it is upon us. It is fight week. Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. Now, this is an unusual day for a fight, being that it is on a Thursday versus a Saturday, but nevertheless, we are in fight week, and I am excited. Now, yesterday, both fighters participated in a open media workout, if you will. Both fighters look sharp, but of course, doing an open media workout, they're not going to show you a whole lot. Of course, both fighters feel and seem very confident in themselves going into this particular fight. So I'm excited about it. And I wanted to get together and do a video on how I'm somewhat breaking down this fight. Now, this will not be a fight prediction, if you will. Jason and I will get together and drop that particular video sometime tomorrow, but I have had the opportunity to look at Edwin De Los Santos. I've always seen Shakur Stevenson, and I looked at some videos of De Los Santos against Valenzuela as well as against Adorno, and I was trying to find a fight against William Foster. That's the only fight that I cannot find versus William Foster. That's the sole loss that Edwin De Los Santos has on his record. And so I wanted to see what Foster did in order to be successful against De Los Santos, but can't find that video anywhere. So with that being said, I'm going to start off by saying this. Shakur Stevenson, he is going to be in a dogfight. Edwin De Los Santos is highly skilled. He is very fast, and he has power. Now, De Los Santos was at the 130-pound division about 3 or 4 fights ago. His last 3 or 4 fights have been at 135, and he's looked good. He has power, he has speed, and he has skills. And this is the reason why I believe he's going to be somewhat of a problem for Shakur Stevenson. Now, I'm not saying that Shakur is going to lose. I'm not saying that Shakur is going to win. Like I said before, we'll do an official fight breakdown on this fight. But when I look at De Los Santos and how quickly he's able to get his offense off and transition back to defense and then transition back to offense, and he's able to get a lot of leverage on his punches. Even when it's like a punch that's coming from distance or he's quickly countering, he's able to get a lot of leverage on his punches, specifically when you look at the Valenzuela fight. If you guys are not familiar with Valenzuela, he's the guy that actually really beat Chris Colbert in his last fight. And, Valenzuela is a big puncher. He was able to put De Los Santos down, but De Los Santos got right back up and hurt him on multiple occasions. Now, Valenzuela was a bigger fighter. Of course, he's no Shakur Stevenson. He's much slower. He doesn't have the level of defense that Shakur Stevenson has, etc. And Adorno, to be quite honest with you, just looking at him and looking at the film against De Los Santos, he tried to continue to catch De Los Santos with that check hook, that hook coming in. And De Los Santos understood what it was that he was trying to do and continued to just, stay on the outside, catch him with shots coming in, and basically dictated the pace and was able to be successful in that fight. Shakur is a master at distance and defense and being able to get his offense off as well. And I think Shakur is also quick. But honestly, when I look at De Los Santos, I truly believe De Los Santos is the faster fighter. I also believe De Los Santos is the bigger puncher. Now, I think Shakur Stevenson is slightly bigger than De Los Santos. Let's look at how big they have Shakur Stevenson listed. I have not had the opportunity. I particularly like to see the fighters at the weigh-in to see how they size up, like how big, how tall they are, so forth and so on, because sometimes what you see here in terms of their measurements and stats are not always accurate. So Shakur Stevenson is 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. And let's see what De Los Santos is. De Los Santos is 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Ooh. I don't know if that is truly the case. Shakur Stevenson, just based off what I've seen, and I haven't seen both fighters stand next to each other, so I'm not 100% sure on this, but Shakur seems to be taller to me. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off on this. You guys, if you feel differently, if you've seen them standing next to each other yet, let me know. I think I saw one face off, and maybe they were a little bit closer in size than what I originally thought. Now that I'm thinking about it, but De Los Santos, according to BoxRec, has a longer reach, which is interesting to me. De Los Santos, Shakur Stevenson, very good at controlling distance, good at counterpunching as you're coming in. But De Los Santos is going to be able to change speeds so quickly. I mean, going from defense to offense, he's going to be able to get off on Shakur Stevenson, I think, in the early rounds. Just my personal opinion. I think he's going to be able to get off. The question is, will he be able to hurt Shakur Stevenson? Now, Shakur, massive defensive fighter. I'm not saying that Shakur is somebody who gets caught regularly, but I don't think Shakur has been in the ring with a guy that can actually transition from defense to offense so quickly and actually can put so much torque on his punches as he's throwing these extremely quick shots. And again, I think De Los Santos may be a smidge faster than Shakur Stevenson. With that being said, I think he will be able to land some stuff on Shakur early. Shakur mentioned to I believe it was maybe Fight Hype that it's going to take him maybe 3 or 4 rounds to figure out De Los Santos, which I understand. I think I actually agree with Shakur. It's going to take him a little time to figure out De Los Santos. However, will he get clipped and hurt with anything that may change the game plan prior to actually figuring out De Los Santos is the question. De Los Santos is a live dog, guys. He is an absolute live dog. That straight left hand that he has is lightning. He can also, like I said before, go from transition from defense to offense. I love how he was transitioning from defense to offense and catching Valenzuela in between shots when they were fighting. Caught him with a nice hook several times. Caught him with the straight left several times. So Shakur Stevenson is in a live fight, ladies and gentlemen. I think this guy is truly the best available opponent other than Frank Martin, who didn't take the fight at that division. So it's a good fight for Shakur. Now, is Shakur focused? I'm sure he is, but he's been steadily talking about Devin Haney. The last interview that I saw from him yesterday was talking about Devin Haney, and I've heard him talking about Tank and all these other guys. Listen, if you know Devin Haney is not moving back down to 140 or 135 pounds from 140, you think he's pump faking. Well, if he's pump faking, stop talking about him. You got a live dog in front of you in Edwin De Los Santos. I'm looking forward to seeing the fight. Again, I'm not saying that Shakur Stevenson is going to lose this fight, but Edwin De Los Santos does have enough power. In my opinion, if he catches Shakur Stevenson flush, he can hurt him. He can absolutely hurt him. And we heard Shakur talking about he's never been on shaky legs. He's never been hurt in a fight. He's been hurt. Like he said, he's been hit with a shot that hurt, but he's never been like wobbly. Well, I'm here to tell you, this guy probably has enough torque on his punches to hurt Shakur Stevenson in a way that we've never seen him hurt before. That's my personal opinion. And he has the skills to actually avoid some of Shakur's shots as well. Now, he's not as skilled as Shakur. Don't get it twisted. He's not as skilled as Shakur, but he has a lot of the athleticism, power, speed that you would see in a fighter at 135 that could possibly give Shakur trouble. You know, I can think of another fighter that has speed, power, fast, like a Tank. That I think that, not to say that De Los Santos is like Tank, because he's not. Tank is a superior fighter, but I'm just saying he brings some of those elements to a fight with Shakur Stevenson. And I'm curious to see what Shakur looks like with a fighter of that caliber who is fighting out of a southpaw stance. So it's going to be incredibly interesting. Like I said before, Jason and I, we will drop a video on this in regards to who are we predicting to win the fight. I do want the opportunity to look at more fights from De Los Santos. I'm trying to find that William Foster fight. If you guys know where that William Foster fight is, please put it in the comment section so that we can watch that fight as well. But tell us what you think. Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. Do you believe he's in a real live dogfight, or do you believe that this is just going to be another masterful performance from Shakur Stevenson? Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and I am